Hi there, you lovely lot, and welcome to the latest episode of Pat's Procrastination, brought to you by the Pat's Propaganda YouTube channel. Please do not forget to be rating, reviewing, and subscribing as we roll into episode 77. That's it, folks. Episode Ben Brown. Here we are on I have no idea what day it is. I think it's Monday. It's very early. I think it's Monday. And we played on Thursday, so I don't know what day it's supposed to be, but we play on Sunday. But anyway, welcome. Here's my co-host, Chudders. I am Clazzy Clare. Chudders, how are things with you?
I'm good, thank you, Claire. Have you enjoyed the weekend of not needing to watch the Pats so you can watch everything else? Did you watch a lot of Red Zone?
I did. I watched a ton of Red Zone until I went to bed very early. So I watched a plenty of Red Zone. So don't get chirping about the Chiefs to me because I missed it. However, I am under the impression that it was pretty much the same old with Tony Romo. And I saw a few tweets that echo the things that I like.
So this is a question. We can get this straight off the bat then. This is a question I was going to ask. Who did you want to win that game, Chiefs or Broncos?
See, I know that if the Chiefs won, it meant that the Pats were in first place. So that's great. However, I really, really, really can't stand the Chiefs anymore. And I hate the whole... There's no such thing as a KC dynasty. The only dynasty is the Patriots dynasty. There's no KC dynasty. It doesn't even work when you say it. It's ridiculous. So, I think if I'm brutally honest, when I found out that KC had lost, because I didn't get to watch the game, I was asleep, I was knackered. When I found out that KC lost, I was more happy than I think I would have been had I found out that the Broncos had lost, if that makes sense. Whilst as a Patriots fan, yes, I want us to be first. Yes, I want us to be great. Yes, I want us to get a bye, blah, 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 blah. I don't like KC. You know me, my football detestation, don't think that's a word, doesn't matter. It can be very severe, as we have seen with the Bills. There's a visceral passion that is there, that for rivals and for enemies. Yeah. So
no, I'll be honest. I'm with you. I think I was close. I wasn't certain, but as it was playing out, and you just when you're watching it, you just get that feeling of who you want to be scoring and not. And I wanted the Broncos to win. That's a lie. I didn't want the Broncos to win. I just wanted the Chiefs to lose. Because the Chiefs, it's just making it that one step harder for them to even make the playoffs, because you feel like even if they scrape through on the last day through the fourth elimination stat to get to the seventh playoff spot, they're going to be a Super Bowl favorite. Or they're much higher than their ranking should suggest anyway, because they can just turn it on in the postseason. So anything that can just knock them out of the race, I could take that. Plus, there is that kind of I do think they have their own dynasty, because what they've managed to achieve over the last 5 years is pretty phenomenal, to be honest. As much as I wish they hadn't, let's just be honest about that. In fact, longer than that, 6-7 years. But so a knock on that, because they're not even, Pats, when they had a bad year, was like losing in the division round or something under Brady Belichick. So if they don't even make it with Kelsey, with Mahomes, with the stars, then maybe that's a little knock on their dynasty. Maybe that's a little knock on how good they are. Maybe there's some players you think, oh, maybe their window's closing, as Fred would like to say. Exactly. Maybe maybe it's closing. Their dawn is closing.
And speaking of turn on, I can't watch a Chiefs game anymore, particularly if it's voiced by Tony Romo, because it's so icky. So icky.
That's not a Chiefs game. That's just a Tony Romo thing, though. Because he could have any game,
Chiefs or a Bills game. It's like
it gives you the ick.
Big ick.
Big
huge
ick. I think that's
huge.
That's just. But what if Tony Romo was doing a Jaguars game? That's all right, is it?
Probably still ick. But
I think it's more Tony Romo.
But he isn't as enthusiastic.
I know what you mean.
Taking it from
He
giving it to him.
I think it's just his mannerisms. He possibly his game gets up a little bit more. His noises, his
noises. I don't think
insightfulness, his projections, his reading of the game just gets turned up an extra notch when he knows he's got a big game in front of him. Maybe I don't know.
Moving on.
So, anything else from
to rate this 18
before we get to the Patriots? Anything else then from the rest of the weekend that you enjoyed or not from NFL?
I feel like I'm missing something.
No, not necessarily. That wasn't a trick question.
Oh, it genuinely felt. It always feels like a trick question when it comes to you. No, I just enjoyed. I just liked watching Red Zone, getting to watch the other teams, just generally getting to see other teams play. Because as a whole, I do love the sport and I do love watching the sport and I do like watching plenty of other teams and seeing, very physical.
Did you watch Rams? Because I know you like their 3 tight end sets.
I didn't, because that was a later game, wasn't it? So I went to bed. I'd gone to bed. I missed that. I know I keep missing the Rams games, and I think I need to sit down and watch a few. If anybody would like to send me a compilation of all their tight end sets, then please feel free. No, I'm joking.
It probably exists somewhere.
I didn't see the Lions game. I don't know if they played actually, but I was very disappointed because Sam Laporta's on IR. So that I must admit, when I saw that last week, that disappointed me quite severely. I do enjoy watching him play.
I don't know if he was active. I don't think he was.
No, he's on IR.
Yeah.
He's on IR. I know this. He is on IR. I have seen it. Anyway, we are wasting very valuable moments discussing randomness of the NFL. Is there anything you wish to touch upon on the randomness of the NFL?
The Lions lost the Eagles is the answer to your question. 16-9. So Pat's game. And a wonderful victory over the Jets. Did you enjoy it, Claire?
Mostly. I'm trying to remember. It feels like it was so long ago as well. That's the other thing. It feels like I've seen so much football in between.
Do you remember the uniforms? Did you like the uniforms?
Oh, I love the uniforms. It took me a moment then. Wow. Claire's slow on this Monday. It's not unusual. I love the uniform so much that I kind of want them to change to that uniform. I know that's a travesty, and there'll be lots of people that listen and go, oh, she's crazy. We can't.
Yeah, I'm one of them, mate.
Please stay and listen to him because he knows what he's talking about, even if I don't. No, I just really like the blue. I just think they looked really smart. They looked really sharp. All the little stripes matched for a change. The helmets were really good because I know some people have got this mad crazy thing about a white helmet.
I did think the helmets were good.
That actually hit my good list if you want to kind of dive in.
Okay. So your underrated player of the day was uniforms.
No, my underrated player of the day was on here somewhere. Seriously, where is my underrated player of the day? We're going to have to carry on because I don't know. I wrote it down. Where's my underrated player of the day? It was probably Jack Gibbons, but I'm not sure.
I feel like you've randomly just picked him again with no explanation of just why not? If we're going to pick one, I want a Gibbons shirt, so I'm going to go with Gibbons.
He's my new favorite this season. He's my favorite this season.
Well, you've got the right side of the ball for my player of the day. With Ellis out, Ponder needed to step up a bit more.
Yeah.
He got a sack. He got more pressure. Tackle for loss. QB hit. I thought he had one of his probably better games in a Patriots shirt. So with his increased role, I was going to give it to him. He wasn't maybe in the top 10 players, but I thought he stepped up better. That was his best game for the Pats.
See, on my good list was also Hollins and
yeah. Hunter I didn't
might
have.
have made
Hollins I did. I thought Diggs as well, who it felt like he had a really quiet day, but he still went off for over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Didn't have touchdowns. It wasn't massive big plays. It was just he was the go-to shot when needed. Anything else you want to mention on the good before I steal them all?
Hunter was Mr. Reliable. He didn't like light it up with like but he was. Yeah, I just think he's just there. He's like always there, kind of thing. And there was something. I think he lost. There was one block that was very unfortunate that he didn't make, but he did a few catches. I think it was 4
of 6.
Yeah, 4 of 6.
For 45.
And I've got Hollins's. Where was it? He made a great catch, a great snatch out the air
for first down. I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. What a jump! Boom is what made my notes.
That sounds like Romo would say that.
How dare you? How very dare you? So, folks, that is it for Pat's Procrastination because I quit.
No. So on the Hunter one, I thought he had an okay day. Not phenomenal. I think he's had a lot better days. No. There was the concern going into it. Was he going to be relied on too much with because Hooper was out, wasn't he?
Yes.
I'm making that up. Hooper was out. It was too much going to be on his plate. He did good, but I didn't think much more.
Because they've got these other guys that May is so comfortable with. Diggs, Hollins. I know Bootie's out, but he kind of hits the list of, those guys, even Pop Douglas. Because of these guys working so well, when Hooper's out, whilst, that puts the TE pressure more on Hunter, it's still, he still spreads the ball around. I think this is one of those key things about this team that's good. And I know this wasn't the most amazing game. It was a short week. They played a clean game. They did that whole... not the starting not great, letting and moving, and I know you'll probably mention that as we go into the bads, but it just feels like that's definitely one thing that I'm really loving about the team. I think to watch the team, if you like, is how you haven't got to worry that there's just that one guy. Now, whilst I know Diggs is possibly the number one, he's very good and things like this, and I get that. You've still got plenty of quality when it comes to the rest of the pass catchers, the receivers, including TEs in that one. So, and there's such a good development. The one thing that I will hop on to the bad, we'll hop back to the good if you want. But if I don't say this now, I'll forget my train of thought, is whilst it's clicking very much with a lot of those guys, it doesn't seem to be clicking amazingly with Kyle Williams. And I think that's what made my bad list. And I don't mean he particularly made my bad list wholly himself. He kind of made my bad list-ish just because it just doesn't seem to be very smooth with him, a very smooth progression into the offense. And it's unfortunate with him being, that 3rd round draft pick, possibly, looking at that wide receiver, your young wide receiver for the future sort of situation. That's not quite clicking, which is unfortunate. Now he's making it click with others, and so for that I'm very thankful and enjoying watching. It's one of those, the little fly in the ointment of success, I guess, if you like, of particularly how we are from draft that has been and stuff like that, and looking at the draft, the more recent drafts are more successful than... Yeah, sorry, I'm taking up all the airtime now. Please continue.
No, I'd agree. But I think that's a good example of how our how our opinions have evolved, or how I'm struggling for the word now. How our flaws have raised, maybe. But
oh right, yeah.
Expectation standard, because this time last year, the past couple of years, it was, God, we've got no receivers. We need to start getting receivers. We got awful. There's not really anyone there. We need number one. We need a slot guy. Oh, it was nothing. It's good that we can now be like, well, we've got 3 or 4 good guys at the top of the order. This guy who we brought in and we thought last year was going to be a lot better, he just had a great touchdown last week, but I he isn't quite clicking yet. We're not giving up on him, but he's not quite clicking yet.
Oh,
it's
completely.
good. It's good that's where we're finding the nitpicks now. It's not, we haven't got a receiving core. It's
Right.
5th guy on the depth chart isn't performing quite as great as we'd quite like. That's an area for improvement. I think that's good. Like, on a similar note, having given him some flowers last week, Henderson, I thought had a solid game. He didn't have a great game. He only went 63 yards running. 62, in fact, big pardon. I've given him one too many. But he did have 31 catching, receiving. And so if you're passing back and you put up 90 plus runs on the day, you've done a good enough job there. You've performed a role. It's not epic, and it wasn't from him, especially if you compare it to the week before. He obviously got 2 touchdowns in that. 3, because he had his reception. But it wasn't like he went off for another 150 plus yards for the game. He just had a role that was incredibly effective.
I'd say he's gaining confidence though. I'd got him on my good-ish. I'd got him like on the good spectrum type thing, because whilst he didn't completely light it up and it wasn't this most amazing run game, he does seem to be gaining confidence, and they do seem to be developing, which is a positive. You just hope that it can sort of roll on more and gain momentum of that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I've remembered the phrase I was trying to think, moving the goalpost. We've moved the goalposts now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
From we just don't have a receiving core to our 5th guy isn't quite clicking. So I'm pleased that clicked in my head at last. It's a lot of emptiness up there.
I didn't want to say.
It's also the defense, and I'm not quite entirely certain what to make of this, because you could say, yet again, a poor start. It's really not good when you get into playoffs, which we're, I think, again, moving goalposts. That's pretty much what we're all assuming is going to happen now. That's not the sort of thing you can do.
You've been all Tony Romo just talking about posts all morning.
But it's disappointing that they keep doing that. But then after that, you only give up another 7 points all game.
Yeah.
So first drive of the game, they go down, they get a touchdown. You'd like to stop that. For the remaining, I don't know what it is, 53 minutes or whatever that was in the game, you only gave up another touchdown. That was the only score you gave. It's pretty good.
I'm sticking by I can cope with the slow start if they hit it at the end. I'm okay. Have your slow starts and win. I'm okay with that, I think.
Fair enough. So slow starts and win, you're fine with. Slow starts and lose, you're not fine with.
No.
It's almost like it's not actually got anything to do with the slow start, and it's more to do with whether they've won a game or not.
It's very early on Monday morning. Why are you being so mean to me?
So one question I was going to have for you as well, based on the Jets' comments after the game, how did you find the refs?
I have some nitpicks. But I didn't want to use up a lot of time with.
Please nitpick away.
There's somewhere there was a really poor call somewhere. Fortunately, I haven't got my notes all in order. There was a bad call. In general, it was okay. Why? Why do you say that? You say it like this
because you like to. The Jets think they were aggrieved, and it's the refs' poor performance is what handed the Patriots an opportunity to win.
Really? Okay, yeah. I'm not on board with that.
Yeah, no, I would concur. I think they're just trying to stoke a rivalry and find other excuses for why they were never really going to beat the Pats on the day. But it's I was intrigued as someone who I know, loves your officiating so much. I thought it was keen to get your notes on that, because whenever the Pats lose, that's the ref's fault. When they win, it tends to go less noticed.
See, again, you don't actually listen to what I say. You just say what you think I said. I don't say that they lose because of the ref. That's not fair. I don't say that they lose because of the officiating. That's not fair. So anyway, you're on the bad list now. So anything else for the bad list? Because we need to hurry. There's a short week.
Let's hurry then. Let's hurry. Short week. So,
do you have anything else on your bad? That's what I'm saying.
No.
Oh, okay.
So, Pats versus Bengals.
On my bad.
1 o'clock game. Pats are away. Bengals just coming off a loss to the Steelers. What's your thoughts, Claire?
Kind of wanted the Bengals to win that game, actually, because I hate the Steelers so much.
It's weird. I hate the Steelers. I don't want them to win anything for the rest of their lives. It's quite funny watching them win nearly every week, but look so bad. They don't look good. Rodgers looks shot, but they're winning. And I just hope that it's almost a joke that they're obviously going to get above 500, I think, this year, like Tomlin always does. They're probably going to make the postseason. And hopefully they're just going to get the blue doors blown off then. And just be like, it'll keep them in this purgatory of we're nowhere near contenders, really. But we're also not, not in a great position in the draft. We're not actually bad. We can't complain that we're bad. We're just not good either.
So, anyway, it's not about the Steelers. It's about the
Bengals. Steelers
Burrow has been out since week 2. He's probably back after the Patriots game, some Thanksgiving. So it looks like, as we record this early Monday morning, that the Patriots won't face Joe Burrow on Sunday. I've got the Patriots winning. I've got Pats 31, Bengals 24. It's going to be those.
So the Bengals are going to score plenty.
Early. They're going to score early, and then we're going to.
So are Bengals going to score on their first drive?
Not necessarily the first drive, but very early in the game. Patriots are going to be consistent with their
form of giving up on the first drive,
because 82 of the 206 points that the Patriots have allowed have been on the first and second drives.
I love that stat. That's possibly the best stat we've ever had on this show. Kudos to you. I like that stat.
I've got to give Phil Perry credit because I got it from him.
I like that stat. So 82. Sorry, it was 82 of the 204 have come on the first drive, is it?
82 of the 206 points that the Patriots have allowed have been on the first or second drives.
Very interesting.
It's only took us this long for me to interest in folks.
Yeah. We're getting there.
I think we might have peaked. That might be it for Pat's procrastination.
At
77.
I'd like to think the Pats aren't going to give up 24 points. That's the contention. Fair. I could see them.
Hey, each week you want a number from me. I just give you the numbers.
You just pick lottery numbers out of the hat, do you?
I just count a few touchdowns and take.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go similar, but slightly less. So I'm going to go 27-20. Pats are going to win.
Okay.
In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to change that. I'm going to 27-17. Pats are going to win. 10 points.
27-17. Well, as it stands, and we just touch upon the standings before we wrap up this.
I think we should, yeah.
Monday show is currently it's 8-6 at the moment. I'm winning in the sandwich situation. I'm
Brilliant.
winning the score prediction standings. Excellent. I'm winning in the 10 or more wins for the season. Well, I am potentially. I'm on the trajectory to win that one.
Excellent.
It's obviously not buttoned down yet. So 10 or more. If the Patriots win against the Bengals, that's it. I'm shooing for a sandwich in that situation as well. And second or higher in the division, sandwich number 3.
I want you to have multiple sandwiches, Claire.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Definitely. It obviously also means you're not as high on all these wins because you obviously predicted them from the offset. So it's not really a surprise to you. You always thought the Pats were going to be this good, so you'd have just been disappointed if it hadn't. Whereas I'm thoroughly enthused by how well and genuinely quite
so typical
amazed.
Of you, able to turn it round and use my positivity as a negative thing to make me look negative and you look positive. Even on a Monday,
I'm the positive one on the show. Let's get that straight.
Obviously, and on that note, folks, we're going to wrap up before we quit the show completely. Because it's close right now. So, anything else before we wrap up? You done your underrated player, done mine.
I don't think so.
Mine's okay.
I don't think so. The playoff pictures starting to take shape. I think realistically, you're not going to truly start getting to the point of rooting for different outcomes and teams until maybe after the bye, when you really are working out, okay, why will we win this game and we're hosting this team, or that team wins and they're coming to Gillette, or they lose and they're going somewhere else, and you start working these things out. But if they can finish now before the bye with 2 wins, because you're playing 2 teams with obviously losing records and not in a great state quarterback-wise, either of them, Bengals and Giants. So 2 wins is very, very possible. If you're going into that break with 11 wins, you're looking 11-2.
I'm very excited by that prospect. That would be
let's get there first. Let's get there first.
I want all these sandwiches. Gosh darn it. So that is it for another episode of Procrastination. And I just want to point out very, very quickly, because you lamented too much, my 24 score for the Bengals is a little bit because I'm concerned over Williams' injury and they've moved Milton into IR. So that, I knew there was a reason. I knew there was a reflection, but you didn't give me a chance. So yeah, so that might be why the Bengals a few more points, because I'm a bit worried about that injury. But we have run out of time, folks. That is it for Pat's Procrastination, episode 77, the Ben Brown episode. So, Bengals, Sunday. He's Chudders and Clazzy Clare. Tune in next time. And as always, go Pats.
LFG.